Hello friends. So if you notice, I'm in a little different location today. I'm at the well-renowned Doughboy Stadium, which is of course named after the Pillsbury Doughboy. If I seem out of breath, that's because A, I just had to run upstairs, and B, I just did a leg day, which means I'm looking forward to being sore for the next 6 months until I have to do my next leg day. So I have to admit, I'm a little disappointed, and I'll tell you why. One, there is a protest right outside of Fort Benning right now, and I'm missing all the civil strife. If you're wondering why they're protesting, I'll link an article down below. That said, the article is written by the people giving the protest, so take it with a buttload of salt. Secondly, last week was my last week of BLC. It was supposed to be a lot of cool scenarios in the simulators and then end with a really cool day at the range where we're just blasting away doing fan fire. Fan fire, for those of you who don't know, is kind of just getting used to weapon system and kind of knowing how to sight it in and stuff. You're not necessarily trying to hit targets as much as you are just trying to get used to firing the gun, meaning you're just kind of blasting away. And with a 25mm, that sounded really fun. However, and in classic fashion of any range that has pop-up targets, the pop-up targets were not working that day, even though they were working literally 8 hours before, meaning I did not get to shoot. Does that mean that I didn't have to clean up the range afterwards and sweep the rain off of concrete? I did in fact have to sweep the rain off the concrete. And they're also not rescheduling because that range might be down for months. So unfortunately, I have no footage of that. I apologize, I also am disappointed. But what the last week detailed was a lot of force on force fights. There's 2 sets of Bradleys and we're both fighting each other. It adds an entirely different level of dynamicism because we're not just fighting AI that can control themselves well, but also aren't that great at shooting. We are fighting against each other who collectively really know what we're doing. It's hard to show what we're doing in the simulators because I'm just sitting in a black box with looking through a little periscope, and I can't necessarily show that very much and make it look interesting. But just know it was like playing a video game with graphics from 2002. So this is the end of me talking about BLC. Unfortunately, it was not as glamorous as I thought it was going to be, but however, I learned a lot, and that's what's most important, of course. These next couple weeks, I don't really have anything going on because I'm transferring to a PCS platoon because I'm finally getting out of Fort Benning after a long time. It's really just going to be the fight with me in between the S1 and me trying to get out of here. Of course though, Thanksgiving and Christmas are coming up, so I can always just cheese it with more vlogs about me running up glorified mountains. Also, fun note, you might recognize this place from a very popular movie. This is actually where they shot the stadium scene from We Were Soldiers. And funny story about that, they actually just took basic training soldiers from Sand Hill way over there and made them come in here in uniforms and pay them like 20 bucks. Last note, if you're one of those people that actually comes here to work out when it's not for PT hours, you're weird.